Imagine living in a town for your entire life, paying taxes to one country, speaking its language and following its laws, only to find out that you've been an illegal immigrant in your own living room for 70 years. This isn't hypothetical. It happened to a town called Rio Rico, Texas. The town didn't move, the houses didn't move, but because of a single unnoticed mistake made in 1906, an entire slice of the United States drifted into Mexico. And by the time the government realised it, it was way too late to just move the line back. Most borders are logical. They follow mountains, or most commonly, rivers. On paper, rivers are the perfect boundary. They're visible and follow a clear path. But there's a catch. Rivers can change course. This is the Rio Grande. In the late 19th century, it was the definitive line between the US and Mexico. The border had already been agreed decades earlier, after the Mexican-American War, and it was supposed to stay fixed. Usually, when a river shifts slowly, a process called accretion, the border moves with it. This was decided in an 1884 treaty between the two nations. The rule was simple: if nature moves the water, the map follows. But if it was a man-made move, the border is legally frozen exactly where the water used to be. That's where the chaos began. In 1906, an American irrigation company decided they didn't like a particular S-curve in the river. It was making their job harder. So without asking for permission from either government, they dug a shortcut. They cut a new channel, straightening the river and bypassing a 400-acre loop of land. The river, being a river, took the path of least resistance. It abandoned its old curve and rushed into the new channel. Technically, that 400-acre loop and the town of Rio Rico sitting on it was now south of the river. In reality, the border should have stayed at the old riverbed. But maps are slow, and the visual of the water was more powerful than the fine print of a treaty. Everyone just assumed the river was still the border. For the next few decades, Rio Rico became a no man's land, masquerading as a Mexican village. It had Mexican police, Mexican schools, and Mexican post offices. During Prohibition, it even became a booming resort for Americans looking for legal alcohol, because US authorities didn't realise they actually had jurisdiction there. The issue wasn't officially caught until the late 1960s, when geographers finally looked at the old 1906 maps. They realised the mistake. Legally, the people living in Rio Rico weren't Mexican citizens, they were living on American soil. This created a massive legal headache. If the land was American, then everyone born there over the last 50 years was technically a US citizen. Eventually, the two countries had to sit down and fix the map. In 1977, the US formally ceded the land to Mexico, finally making reality match the map. It remains one of the only times in modern history the US has just given land back because of a clerical error. Rio Rico is a rare case, but the problem is global. For example, the Brahmaputra River, which runs through India and Bangladesh, is known for shifting course over time, creating ongoing disputes between the regions it passes through, sometimes leaving thousands of people effectively stateless. We like to think of borders as permanent lines etched into the earth, but the truth is, our world is built on moving parts. And sometimes, all it takes is a group of engineers and a restless river to accidentally move you to a different country. If you enjoyed finding out about this glitch on the map and would like to learn more, please like and subscribe.